Life of a Child Without a Mom, an emotional true story revealed. Chapter 1, A Shattered Beginning. Introduction. Emily Parker was only 7 years old when her life changed forever. Her mother, Jane Parker, was a loving and dedicated single parent who worked tirelessly to provide for her only child. Jane's sudden death left Emily not only heartbroken but also thrust into a world of uncertainty and emotional turmoil. This is the story of Emily's journey through grief, resilience, and ultimately, healing. The last day. It was a sunny Sunday morning, and Emily was playing in the park with her friends. Jane was sitting on a bench, watching her daughter with a warm smile. They had plans for a picnic later that day, something Emily always looked forward to. However, fate had other plans. Jane collapsed suddenly, and despite the immediate attention of paramedics, she was pronounced dead from a heart attack. The initial shock. Emily was too young to fully comprehend the gravity of the situation. Her world, once filled with the warmth and security of her mother's presence, now seemed cold and unfamiliar. The immediate aftermath was a blur of funerals, tears, and the overwhelming presence of well-meaning relatives. Emily clung to her favorite stuffed animal, a bear her mother had given her, finding solace in its familiarity. Chapter 2, Life with Grandma. A New Home. After Jane's death, Emily was taken in by her grandmother, Martha Parker. Martha was a stern but loving woman, having raised 4 children of her own. She tried her best to make Emily feel at home, but the old house was filled with reminders of Jane, making it difficult for Emily to adjust. Struggles at school. At school, Emily's performance began to suffer. Once a bright and enthusiastic student, she now found it hard to concentrate. Her teachers noticed the change and tried to help, but Emily's grief was a barrier they couldn't breach. She often found herself alone during recess, feeling out of place among her peers who couldn't understand her pain. The nightmares. Emily began having nightmares, reliving the day of her mother's death repeatedly. These vivid dreams left her waking up in tears, further affecting her emotional well-being. Martha, though supportive, struggled to comfort Emily, as she was dealing with her own grief over losing her daughter. Chapter 3, A Glimmer of Hope. Finding a friend. In the midst of her sadness, Emily found an unlikely friend in a new student named Lucy. Lucy had moved to town recently and knew what it felt like to be the new kid. She reached out to Emily, offering her companionship and understanding. Their friendship became a beacon of hope for Emily, giving her a reason to smile again. Therapy and healing. Martha, recognizing that Emily needed more help than she could provide, enrolled her in therapy. Emily was initially resistant, not wanting to talk about her feelings. However, her therapist, Dr. Morgan, was patient and kind. Through art and play therapy, Emily slowly began to express her emotions and process her grief. The memory box. Dr. Morgan suggested creating a memory box, a place where Emily could keep mementos of her mother. This project helped Emily focus on the positive memories she had of Jane, rather than the trauma of her loss. Each item she placed in the box brought a mixture of tears and smiles, but it was a crucial step in her healing journey. Chapter 4, The Power of Community. School support. Emily's school also played a significant role in her recovery. Her teachers and school counselor worked together to provide her with the support she needed. They set up a buddy system, pairing Emily with a classmate who could help her with her schoolwork and keep her company during breaks. This initiative helped Emily feel less isolated and more included. Extracurricular activities. Martha encouraged Emily to join extracurricular activities, hoping to divert her mind and help her make new friends. Emily chose to join the art club, as she had always loved drawing. The club became a safe space for her, where she could express herself freely. Her artwork often reflected her emotions, serving as an outlet for her grief. The neighborhood's role. Emily's neighborhood community also rallied around her. Neighbors who had known Jane offered their support, often inviting Emily and Martha over for meals and outings. These acts of kindness provided Emily with a sense of belonging and showed her that she was not alone in her journey. Chapter 5, Rediscovering Joy. A special trip. Martha decided to take Emily on a trip to the beach, a place they had often visited with Jane. This trip was both healing and bittersweet. As they walked along the shore, Emily felt her mother's presence in the crashing waves and the warm sun. They built sandcastles, just as they had done before, and for the first time in a long while, Emily felt a genuine sense of joy. Celebrating milestones. As the years passed, Emily began to hit significant milestones: her first school play, her first art exhibition, and her first sleepover. Each event was a reminder of her mother's absence but also a testament to Emily's resilience and growth. Martha made sure to celebrate these moments, reinforcing the idea that life, despite its hardships, was worth cherishing. A letter from Mom. On Emily's 10th birthday, Martha gave her a letter that Jane had written before her death. In the letter, Jane expressed her love for Emily and her hopes for her future. She urged Emily to be strong, to follow her dreams, and to remember that she would always be watching over her. This letter became Emily's most treasured possession, a source of comfort and strength. Chapter 6, Embracing the Future. Growing Confidence. Emily's confidence grew as she continued to navigate life without her mother. She excelled in her studies and developed a passion for art, often using her work to express her feelings and experiences. Her artwork, rich with emotion and depth, began to receive recognition, and she even won a few local competitions. Giving back. Inspired by the support she had received, Emily decided to give back to her community. She volunteered at a local center for children who had lost their parents, sharing her story and providing a listening ear. This work not only helped others but also aided in her own healing process. A new beginning. As Emily prepared to leave for college, she reflected on her journey. The pain of losing her mother would never fully disappear, but she had learned to live with it and find joy in life again. She had a close-knit group of friends, a loving grandmother, and a future full of possibilities. Chapter 7, The Legacy of Love. A Mother's Influence. Jane's influence continued to shape Emily's life. Her mother's love and lessons were embedded in everything Emily did. She carried Jane's values of kindness, resilience, and compassion with her, ensuring that her mother's legacy lived on. A bright future. Emily went on to study art therapy in college, combining her love for art with her desire to help others. She dreamed of opening her own practice, where she could use her experiences to support children dealing with grief. Emily's journey had come full circle. From a grieving child, she had grown into a strong, compassionate young woman determined to make a difference. Conclusion. Emily's story is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. Despite the devastating loss of her mother, she found the strength to move forward, supported by the love of her grandmother, friends, and community. Her journey through grief and healing is a powerful reminder that even in the darkest times, there is hope, and life can be beautiful again.